Hi everyone, I'm Fatima. Come learn English with me. I'm an American living in Morocco, and my goal is to help you all understand my native language a little better. Let's get started. Today's subject is about infinitives and gerunds. I'm going to talk about what they are, when we use them, and then show you some examples. I'll also talk about verbs that require a gerund or infinitive to come after them. First, let's review the parts of a sentence so we can understand how infinitives and gerunds are different than verbs. The basic form of an English sentence is the subject, the verb, and the object. The subject is the person, place, or thing performing the verb, which is the action, and the object is the person, place, or thing that the action is being done to. So we have the subject, the verb, and the object. Now, let's discuss what a gerund is. It's a word that is usually a verb that ends in ing and that acts as a noun in a sentence. It is either the subject or the object, but it is not the action word. For some examples, swimming is fun when it's hot. Swimming is the subject of this sentence. She spends her free time running. Running is the object. My mother is very good at baking. All of these are examples of gerunds. Can you think of your own examples? Write them in the comments below. We use gerunds when a verb needs to be the subject or object of a sentence. There are also certain verbs that are always followed by a gerund. Here are a few commonly used verbs that are always followed by a gerund. This is not a complete list. Now let's discuss infinitive verbs. The infinitive is the basic form of a verb. It is a verb that has not been conjugated. It usually begins with the word to read, to go, to study. It functions as the noun, adjective, or adverb in a sentence. Here are some examples of sentences using the infinitive. I hope to go to my grandmother's house this weekend. She agreed to do her homework first. Please ask to use his book. An infinitive is used when the action or state of being is discussed but not done. There are also verbs that are always followed by an infinitive. Let's look at some common verbs that are always followed by an infinitive. Can you use a couple from this list to make your own sentences? Now, there are some verbs that can use a gerund or an infinitive after them, and it doesn't change the meaning of the sentence. I intend to study after dinner. I intend studying after dinner. Both have the same meaning. After dinner, I will study. But we have to be careful. There are some verbs that can be followed by a gerund or an infinitive, but it will change the meaning of the sentence depending on which you use. For example, I stopped to get some rest, and I stopped getting some rest. In the first sentence, I stopped what I was doing and then I rested. In the second sentence, I was resting and then I stopped. This is a tricky subject even for native speakers, so let's sum up what we've discussed. Gerunds and infinitives do not act as verbs in this sentence. Gerunds are a verb that end in ing and act as a noun. Infinitives are verbs in their basic form that usually start with to and act as a noun, adjective, or adverb. And finally, verbs that are always followed by a gerund or infinitive are learned as you go. There are no particular rules for how to tell they are one of these verbs. Thank you for learning with me today, and I hope you found something new. Leave me a comment with questions, examples from today's video, or requests for other videos you may want to see. Don't forget to subscribe for more English learning videos. Bye!